Welcome back to NC Fishing. Today, we're going over a few orders I got from Deep Creek Lures. Let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so this is actually a couple orders from online and a couple times where I went to their booth in the last year or so at different fishing expos. To start off, I grabbed a couple packs of these tail gunners, and these are little like blades that you'd screw into the end of your soft plastics just to give it a little extra flash. And I know Anthony Horton with Bass Roots Fishing actually put these together for Deep Creek. So if you want to go support him, go on Deep Creek's website and grab a few of these. One of the things I bought at the last expo I went to are these worms here. I don't remember exactly what model these are or what the color was called, but they were for a high school fishing team's fundraiser that the fishing team put this color together. So I decided to grab a pack of them to help support that fishing team. All right, so first thing we have the 5-inch sink and catch in Morning Dawn. And these are just little like stick baits, similar to like a Senko. Again, that's the sink and catch in Morning Dawn. And this is particularly their 5-inch size. I really like that color. It just looks really cool to me. I'm sure some bass will like that too. We also have the sink and catch in Sangria. Let's show a close up of the Sangria color. So it's kind of a, I don't know, purplyish, pinkish, and black with purple, gold, and red flake in it. And also their soft plastics are scented. I believe it's a shad scent, and it's strong. My understanding is the scent is actually baked into these lures instead of just sprayed on like some other lures. I also got a second pack of the 5-inch sink and catch in Morning Dawn. See, I got a pack of the sink and catch. This is in LGRJ Special. And this is kind of a, I don't know, purplish blue with blue flake. Okay, that's the LGRJ Special. Yes, interesting color, but got kind of a purpley color to it, and I've had some pretty good luck with purple lures recently, so I wanted to grab anything I could that was in the purple side. And last in the 5-inch sink and catch, we got their tartar sauce color. These are a white plastic with some large black flake, and it looks like pearlescence and also maybe some silver flake in it. But that's the tartar sauce color in the 5-inch sink and catch. All right, next we have the 4-inch sink and catch. This is in black grape. So this is just a slightly scaled down version of the sink and catch. And again, that's in black grape candy. And this is kind of a purplyish blue, probably a little bit heavier on the purple than the LGRJ Special, but it looks like it has teal and purple flake in it too. Got a pack of the 4-inch sink and catch in Carolina Special. And this is a green pumpkin on one side and it looks like black blue flake on the other. So again, that's the Carolina Special. And that's the 4-inch sink and catch. And the last of the 4-inch sink and catch, we have Green Pumpkin Magic. And these are standard green pumpkin with the black flake, and it looks like some gold flake also. Again, that's the Green Pumpkin Magic and the 4-inch sink and catch. All right, so the next thing we have is the 3-inch float and catch in light smoke purple flake. Again, that's the 3-inch float and catch in light smoke purple flake. So this is kind of like a translucent smoke color plastic with definitely purple flake. Yeah, I think it's just purple flake in there. Those look pretty good. I'm sure, as the name implies, these float, whereas the other ones, they sink. The other ones definitely feel heavier than these. All right, so next we have the 3-inch stogie in black grape candy. And this, I believe, is essentially their Ned rig. Yeah, that would work great as a Ned rig. But again, that's the 3-inch stogie in black grape candy. And again, it's kind of like a dark purple. This is almost more of a black look to the plastic than the Sink and Catch was, but it has purple flake and teal flake in it. Next, we have another pack of the 3-inch stogie, just in simple green pumpkin. Again, that's the 3-inch stogie in green pumpkin. You can't ever go wrong with green pumpkin. I mean, it just works. Nothing more I can say about that. So next, we have the Wily worm in green pumpkin. Again, green pumpkin, can't go wrong with it. These are little worms with a little curly tail on them. So they ought to make a lot of action in the water. But again, that's the Wily worm in green pumpkin. Next, we have the 6-inch Avery worm in green pumpkin chartreuse tail. And these are much larger curly tail worm, but they're also ribbed instead of just being a solid worm with a little bit of texture to it. Those look pretty nice. You can see that displaced in a lot of water. Again, that's the 6-inch Avery worm in green pumpkin chartreuse tail. So next, we have a pack of the floating Henry worms in, again, green pumpkin. And these are actually 8-inch worms. And they have a really long flat tail. And the body's not super long, it's only about half the length of the whole thing. Again, that's the 8-inch floating Henry worm in green pumpkin. Next thing we have the Super Razor Beetle in black blue swirl. And these are black and blue. It looks like there might be like really tiny shimmer of some sort in there too. But again, that's the Super Razor Beetle in black blue swirl. I don't know for sure, but I think that this particular lure is one of their most popular ones. I know I've had some luck on the junior version of it, which we'll get to those in just a minute. Next, we have a couple packs of the Super Razor Beetle in purple haze. This has been my go-to color for a lot of stuff. It's a green pumpkin purple. I've just had a lot of luck with this particular color combination. Again, that's the Super Razor Beetle in purple haze. Next, we have the Super Razor Beetle in copper crawl. So this is kind of a brownish, greenish plastic with some copper shimmer in it and some green and blue flake. Again, that's the Super Razor Beetle in copper crawl. Next, we have the Super Razor Beetle in PB&J, which is a pretty classic color. So we got the brown plastic, some purple flake. But again, that's the Super Razor Beetle in PB&J. And now we're off to the Junior Super Razor Beetle, and got a classic green pumpkin. Again, that's the Junior Super Razor Beetle in green pumpkin. Yeah, these are just a little scaled down version. I think these are like 3-inch or so, and the other ones are 4.5, something like that. I don't know the exact length on them, but that's roughly what I think they are. I actually do like the junior size a little bit better than the original, because the original ones, they're pretty big. It's going to take a little bit larger bass to grab one of those. Next, we have the Junior Super Razor Beetle in Voodoo, which this is a interesting color to me. It's kind of translucent with a kind of purplish, pinkish color to it, and almost like a fluorescent, I don't know, orange or something, fluorescent pink pearl. But again, that's the Junior Super Razor Beetle in Voodoo. Yeah, this was an interesting color when I was looking at the website, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to see that in person. So, and next we have the Junior Super Razor Beetle in black blue flake. And yeah, it's just a standard black plastic with blue flakes. But that's the Junior Super Razor Beetle in black blue flake. Next, we have the Junior Super Razor Beetle in Super Brim. And this is kind of an interesting color. It's like a green plastic with gold, teal, and purple flake in it. But again, that's the Junior Super Razor Beetle in Super Brim. Next, we have the 6-inch Lizard in Bullfrog. And these are just your classic lizard with a light green belly and a darker green top, a little bit of blue and black flake in it. But again, that's the 6-inch Lizard in Bullfrog. So next, we have the skirted lizard in black gold flake. Again, that's the skirted lizard in black gold flake. So basically this is like more like a salamander than a lizard, but instead of having like a tail, it's almost like a tube at the end of it. So these are supposed to be really good for bed fishing. Unfortunately, I've missed that opportunity for this year, so we'll have to give it a try next spring. I want to give these a try. Bed fishing's been one of those things I've been wanting to do, and just without having a boat, it's kind of hard to do sometimes. So hopefully I can get out on the water on a boat or something sometime next spring and be able to try these out on some beds. The next, we have the Claw Daddy and Inferno Crawl. So these are crawfish imitation. And they have a red top with a yellow belly and black flake, and some of the flake is actually a different shape than I've seen before. It's real long and narrow. So I don't know if that's a special kind of flake or not. Again, that's the Claw Daddy and Inferno Crawl. Yeah, they seem pretty nice. I can see those doing quite a bit. And the last pack of Deep Creek lures is another pack of the Claw Daddy and Carolina Crawl. Now, this is kind of an orange plastic with a little bit of brown on top of it. It's a black and red flake. Both of these colors ought to be good bed fishing colors, but again, I've missed that for this year. So hopefully early 2025 I can get out and try these. Again, that's the Claw Daddy and Carolina Crawl. So if you're not familiar with Deep Creek Lures, they're actually based out of Dunn, North Carolina, and they have a sister company that's a saltwater lure brand. So I've got a few of their lures in here too. So to start off with, it's the Salty Bay Baits, it's their brand, and this is their glass minnow and pearl chartreuse. So these are little bitty minnows. I think they're only 2 or 2.5 inch lures. So these ought to be good for some smaller fish, but still might be pretty good. But again, that's the Salty Bay Baits, glass minnow, and pearl chartreuse. Next, we have a pack of the Salty Bay Baits, Sea Donkey, and Wraith. And these are essentially a curly tail. Honestly, the thing that I can think of that's the closest shape to these is the Gulp swimming mullet, because it has like the kind of fish body and then the curly tail on the end. And this is a semi-translucent white plastic with some pearl, and it looks like silver flake in it. But again, that's the Sea Donkey and Wraith. Next, I got a pack of the Salty Bay Baits Flounder Flap. And this one is in pearl chartreuse tail. So these are mainly meant to target flounder. They're an interesting lure, but I can see how if this falls to the bottom, the tail is going to kind of like flap in the current, and I can see that really attracting flounder to it. But again, that's the Flounder Flap and pearl chartreuse tail. And the last lure in the box is a pack of the Flounder Flaps and pearl. Again, that's the Salty Bay Baits, Flounder Flap, and pearl. Yeah, I really want to give these a try. I could see these being pretty good for flounder. All right, so the last things in the box, I grabbed a couple Salty Bay Baits stickers and a few Deep Creek lure stickers. I just wanted to grab some stickers and put like on my cooler and stuff. But anyway, what do you think about Deep Creek lures? Would you give them a try? Have you ever tried them? Let us know down in the comments. Also, would you give their sister company, Salty Bay Baits, a try too? These are definitely unique saltwater baits. I can't say I've ever seen anything like these before. Maybe the Sea Donkey is kind of similar like the Gulp Swimming Mullet, but that's really the only thing I've seen that's similar to this. It should be a bit more durable because Gulp is just so bad about tearing apart. But anyway, let us know what you think down in the comments. If you like the video, make sure you give it a like. It really helps us out. And if you want to see videos like this in the future, make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.